welcome to Vinyasa Flow. Today's practice, highly recommend having a block or two available to you to support you in your practice. If you don't have that, books work really well, and you can take a hand towel, wrap them around, and even put elastics around that to make your own block. We'll make do, whatever you have. And then if you don't have any of those, or it feels, like too much to get that organized right now, don't stress about it. Feel free just to modify the postures as much as you need to today so that you can still access some of the benefits of the postures, okay? So we're gonna begin in wisdom pose or wide-legged child's pose. Feet come together, knees pull apart, as wide as they'll go comfortably for your body. Sink back towards your heels. Rest your head either on the ground, back of your hands, a pillow or block if you need it. Let your arms relax here and take some nice long deep breaths. Right away, just get grounded and rooted to your breathing pattern. Let your eyes close, and as you start to solidify that rhythmic breathing, take the opportunity as well just to connect to how you're feeling right now in your physical body. Maybe give it a quick little scan. Notice if anything's present in the mind, any obsessive thinking, reoccurring thought patterns. Does it feel spacious, open, present, distant? And then just move your awareness back to your breath. So you start to follow your inhales and your exhales, allowing whatever you've uncovered and discovered just to be as it is. So not using this time to fix or change anything, but just letting the purity of the practice, the magic behind the breath, that prana, that mystical part of your breath, create the conditions that things might shift, evolve, or transform. Keeping your elbows on the ground, crawl back up onto your elbows, hands and knees, right? So you're on your forearms. Slide your knees directly underneath your hips, and we'll invite in some cat-cows from here. So tilting the pelvis up, pull the heart forward, look up. And then as you exhale, round the back, push into your elbows, but try to squeeze them together at the same time. So as you inhale, soften the belly down, open the heart up, gaze up. As you exhale, push into the ground, tuck in as tight as you can to keep your head off your mat. Do that 2 more times, breathing in, shoulders pull back, heart lifts through the shoulder girdle, and then exhale, pushing down, stretching the back of your neck. And 1 more time, inhale, stretch the throat, pull the elbows back energetically, and then exhale, root, tuck your pelvis and your navel as tight as you can. As you inhale, pull your heart forward again. Stay lifted through the chest and the head. And then as you exhale, slide the legs back, bring your hips to the mat so you're in Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, you can stay nice and high on your elbows. If that's too intense, take your arms forward and decrease that curvature on your spine. Okay, so find that availability for your back. If it happens to be in your lower back, the tenderness, just go wider with your legs. Sometimes that helps. And then keep the chest lifting so that energetic pull back of your elbows towards your hips. Shoulders on to the back and the shoulder blades squeeze together. Drop your chin towards your chest, nice and slow. And if it's okay for your neck, just trace circles with your chin on your collarbone. So you trace up to your right shoulder, and then down your right collarbone, to your left collarbone, to your left shoulder. Maybe gaze over the left shoulder with the eyes. Or you can close the eyes, just making these half circles side to side, nice and slow. Still breathing your breath. And do it a couple more times, side to side, just waking up that upper diaphragm through the throat, the vocal cords, releasing any tension in the neck, so we can optimally start to take deeper breaths. And then bring your chin down to center. And lift it up parallel to the floor again, so you look forward, breathe in. And as you exhale, lower your chest down, slide your hands back behind you and find table pose again, nice and slow. So you're propped up onto your hands and knees. We'll come into our first body vinyasa. We want to keep the spine slightly neutral, so there's a tuck of the navel without a hardening. Take your left leg back, right arm forward as you inhale. As you exhale, bring your elbow to your knee underneath you. Again, try not to round in, just pull in through the limbs. Now you're going out to the side. So left knee out and up, right arm out and up. So you have cactus arm, cactus leg. Breathe in. And then exhale, elbow to knee again underneath your body. Inhale, stretch long, left leg back, right arm forward. Exhale, elbow to knee. Out to the side, breathe in. And then elbow to knee, breathe out. One more time, breathe in long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, out to the side. Keep your left leg out and up. Just extend it straight and put your foot on the ground. And now take your right arm and reach it to the ceiling above you. Breathe in. And as you exhale, thread that right arm under your body. Bring your head and your shoulder onto a blanket, a pillow, the ground, blocks, whatever you need. And then nice and slow, take those left fingertips. Maybe try to roll your left shoulder back into the socket again. Broaden through the collarbones. Keep the left leg as it is. Root your left hand down so you can place your right hand on the ground as well. Tuck your right toes under so you can feel the 5 toes on the ground. Push back towards your right heel, keeping your left leg where it is. So you can start to feel a stretch in the back of your right foot. That's what we're looking for. Inner left groin. If it doesn't feel good for the right knee, just tuck the toes and push your weight back instead of your whole hip. Right? If there's room, you can crawl your fingers forward, melt your head down, so that Ardha child's pose, modified child's pose. And still drinking in nice long deep breaths. And then rooting the palms, inhale, crawl back up onto your hands. As you exhale, left knee comes down softly, so you're back into table pose. And we take the opposites now. So our left arm forward, right leg back, breathe in. Keep the core turn on, neutral spine, just elbow to knee. And then inhale out to the side, so you cactus arm and leg. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale, pull in. Out to the side, breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale. Out to the side. Exhale. Long breathe in, last one. Exhale, elbow to knee. Out to the side, stay here, breathe in. Kick your right foot out and down onto the ground. Take your left arm, reach it up to the sky, deep breath in. And then exhale, thread the arm under your body, come down onto left shoulder, left ear. Use the right fingertips, try to roll that right shoulder back. And at the same time, that same pull energetically, can you draw that left shoulder back, right? So it's an inner pull, not a big movement. So we're trying to place those shoulder blades nice and firm on the back body. Deep belly breaths. And then right hand firms down, left arm comes to the ground, breathing in. Tuck your left toes under, and as you sit back, sit on that left heel. So if that might be enough, you already start to feel a nice opening through the bottom of your left foot. Take the hands forward. If there's room, you can soften the forehead, third eye to the ground. And just honoring that inward pull of energy. Let your eyes close down for a moment. And then pull up onto your hands again. Table pose, right knee slides back by your left knee. Staying on the hands, cat-cows. As you inhale, drop belly, open heart. As you exhale, round your back. Then the rhythm of your own breath, a couple more times. Inhaling, nice and slow. Exhaling. Open up into cow, breathe in. And downward facing dog as you breathe out. Take a deep breath in, organize the body, sits bones lifting, crawl out of your shoulders. Exhale, bend the knees, walk towards the top of the mat, as many steps as it takes to get there, there's no rush. Once you're there, inhale, peel yourself up halfway, lengthening low back, mid back, and upper back. And exhale, fold towards the mat. As you inhale, take your arms all the way up towards the sky, deep breath in. Exhale, pour your body all the way back down towards the earth. Soften the knees as much as you need to make this feel good. Inhale, peel halfway up, deep inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet back, hips high. Slide your feet together, knuckles of your big toes touch. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. As you exhale, bend the knee and gently open your hip. Keep in downward dog, just bring your knee out to the side in line with your hips. You have that cactus leg again, right? Knee in line with hip. Take a deep breath in, hold the leg up as high as you can. And then as you exhale, bring your knee to the outside of your right arm. Good. Take your knee out to the side and up, breathe in. And then exhale, knee to outside of right arm. Okay, so keep the knee in that cactus shape or like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Inhale back and up. And then exhale to your right arm. Hold and see if you can pull it to right shoulder, breathe in. And then step your foot to your baby finger side of your right hand. Left knee comes down, heart lifts up. Maybe you find your fingertips. If there's enough space in that knee and the hips, you can pull blocks if you have them. Come up a little bit higher. So we open the front line here too. If it feels okay, untuck left toes. Pull the heart forward. Soften your hips. If it's safe to close the eyes, do so again as often as we can, drawing that awareness inside. Doing the work from the inside out. And if you're up on a block, come back down onto your hands, or to your fingertips. Root your palms down. Lift your left knee up off the ground, and then once again, take your right leg, sweep it back and up to the sky. Keep your hips neutral this time, so right beside left, and then exhale, knee to nose, come forward through the center line. As you inhale, right leg back and up to the sky, and as you exhale, knee to nose. And then one more, breathe in. And breathe out. Step the right foot up at the end of your breath, right between your hands. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, bow a little deeper. Reach your arms to the sky, deep inhale. Pour your body back down towards the ground in that gesture of offering and honoring, folding down. Half lift, inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Root the hands, step your feet back. Slide your feet together. This time left leg goes up, breathe in. Bend the knee, open your hip as you breathe out. Bring your knee out to the side. In line with the hip, deep breath in. As you exhale, left knee, left tricep. Knee out to the side, so not up to the sky. Breathe in. Working the glutes. Exhale, knee to left arm. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. As you hold here, inhale, see if you can lift that knee a little higher. And exhale, step it down, baby toe side, right knee to the ground. And then you find that opening through gecko, right? If you have a tendency to let your knee fall out, squeeze it in towards the body instead, right? There's always little pockets that we tend to move around our tension in yoga, so try to find it instead. Use that courage and that stamina and things that you're building through your practice to really take the opportunity to dive into what you feel rather than just pushing above or below it. Heart lifts, hips soft. Slow the breath down. And then bring the hands to the ground if they're not already there. Untuck that right knee, lifting it up. Take your left leg back and up to the sky. Keep the hips neutral. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale. Nice simple vinyasa. Inhale, get the energy moving through the core, through the legs, get the blood flowing. Exhale, step the foot up. And then right foot meets left foot, top of the mat. Inhale. And then exhale, bow a little deeper. Inhale, root to rise, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Now you're going to take your left foot and bring it up into tree pose, but I don't want you to put your foot against your right leg. So instead, you're just going to bring it up as though you're resting it against the leg. Okay, if you want to help it up a little bit, that's okay too, as long as you don't put your foot on your leg. Okay, and then you're not holding it, you're holding it up with the help of the hip flexors and the glutes. At the same time, try to squeeze that knee back. And then if it's available, grow your branches, reach your arms up. They can be together or wide. Try to keep moving your right leg, so your left leg, towards your right leg as though you're going to touch it, but don't let yourself touch it. Nice deep breaths. Good. Now you're going to take that leg, that left leg, bend your right knee and kick your left leg back behind you, and then bring your hands to your heart as you do a little curtsy. So you bend both knees, get close to the ground. Good. Now reach your arms up slowly, take your time. Pull the left leg out to the side, give your toe a little tap. As you exhale, hands to heart, little curtsy. And then arms up, left leg out to the side, little tap. Do that one more time. Little curtsy, little tap. Keep your right knee bent. Pull your left knee towards your body. Cross it over your right leg. Now left arm under right arm. So you can see I'm using my foot like a kickstand. You're welcome to do that too. You can lift the foot to increase that sense of balance. Maybe wrap your foot, eagle pose. Instead of leaning forward in your eagle pose, see if you can tuck your belly back. Pull your shoulders down, reach your fingers up to the sky. And then squeeze the limbs together just a little bit more. Really wake up the joints so we get a nice flush. And then left foot meets right foot, arms go up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Take a deep breath in. See if you can sit a little bit lower. And exhale, fold over the legs, nice and relaxed, hips to the sky. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, soften back down. Arms reach all the way up. Breathe in, push into your feet. Exhale, hands to heart. So bring up your right foot without touching tree pose. Right? So you can use the big toe if you need to for support. Otherwise, try to pull it up as far as it'll go. Maybe help it up a little bit so you get that muscle involved. Pull the heel up towards your butt. Draw your right knee back and then try to get as close to your left leg as you can without actually touching it. Steady eyes, nice and soft. Maybe grow your branches. Everything's optional. Try to stay steady, strong, high. Keep lifting that knee, lifting that heel. And bend left knee, kick back, hands to heart, little curtsy. So it's not a big step back. Arms reach up, touch right toes out, and then exhale, curtsy. One more, breathe in. Left knee stays bent here, breathe out. Inhale. Nice and slow, right leg wraps over your left leg. Bend both your knees a lot and then bring right arm under left arm. Elbows push away, fingers reach up, and you sit down. And then just like when we brought our arms and legs out to the side in table pose, try not to round the back, right? So pull your navel back, draw your ribs back, feel the back of your heart opening. Utkatasana, right foot down, arms unwind, breathe in. And exhale, fold. Half lift as you inhale. And then step back, downward facing dog as you exhale. From down dog, take a deep breath in. And exhale your knees gently to the ground. Take your right arm forward, left leg back, breathe in. Good. Right away, cactus, knee and arm, exhale. Inhale, stretch them out. And then you're gonna reach right hand back for left foot as you exhale. If it's available, inhale, push your foot into your hand, open up. And then keep the foot up as you exhale, right hand down. Inhale deeply, keep your little lion's tail. Hips over right knee, dunk your chest and your chin down. Try to reach your toes towards your head. Good, cobra pose. Slide the legs back, open the heart up, inhale. And then downward facing dog, exhale. Same left leg is gonna reach up in your downward dog, breathe in. As you exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Think of this just as a little playtime, a little fun. Find your right fingertips. And then start to walk your right hand down to the center of the mat. And that might be as far as you go today. Optionally, you can also start to lift that right hand, look for your left foot. If you have it, push your foot into your hand. Maybe you find it, maybe you don't. A little playful energy. Just treat it as that. And then keep your left leg up, right hand down, breathe in. And exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Nice work. High lunge, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. So still working with our balance there. Make sure you root down through your feet, bend the back knee, or even put your knee down if you need to. Lean forward over your left thigh, palms together, breathe in. And then twist. Hook right elbow on top of thigh as you exhale. And if you have, that opening through the arms in your practice, feel free. Right hand down, left arm up. And then nice and slow, back into your high lunge, breathe in. And as you exhale, hands come down to the ground. This might be where you want to grab a hold of your 2 blocks and bring them underneath your hands at the top of your mat. Also optional, and if you have blocks, there are lots of heights, and then you're just going to do what you can here, okay? So we're going to take our right leg up to the sky. Okay, you're coming into standing splits. Try to lengthen your spine as you inhale. And then exhale, hold steady, find a gaze for your eyes. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, bring your right knee in towards your navel. Now on the inhale, take your right knee out to the side and up. And then you might hold here, right knee out to the side and up, hands on blocks. Or if you don't have blocks, right, you're gonna reach towards the ground, maybe use your fingertips, but the higher you and longer you get through your spine, the more accessible this posture becomes, okay? Option then, left hand can stay down, right hand can find peace fingers and thumb around right big toe, and you can extend right leg straight out to the side. Whatever you've chosen, really deep breaths. Good. Keep your right leg up. Bring the right hand down to a block or the ground. Sweep your right leg straight back behind you so you're back in that starting position. Yeah, left hip is feeling it, so stay with that. Pull your left hip back. Keep your right leg up. Reach your left arm forward. Breathe in. And then exhale, elbow to knee underneath your body. Breathe out. Good. One more time. Breathe in. Elbow to knee. Breathe out. Breathe in, nice and long. Like you did on your hands and knees, bend the right knee, reach your left hand back for your foot. If you have your foot, push into the ground, open it up. So back into that left glute, left hip. Getting stronger, breath is full. And then nice and slow, left hand down, right foot to the ground beside your left foot. Lift halfway up, breathe in, put your blocks out of the way, and then exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, pour your body down. Half lift, breathe in. And then exhale, downward dog. If you'd like to go through a little vinyasa, think about skipping chaturanga and like a big wave, lift your heels from downward dog and roll right into cobra or upward facing dog, breathing in. And then from your belly, downward facing dog. If that felt good, do it again. Inhale, waving forward, opening up at the top of your breath, right into your back bend. Downward facing dog. Good, and then slide your feet together. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend into the right knee. Open your right hip, breathe in. And then exhale, put your right foot down beside your left foot. We're in a little vinyasa here. Inhale, connecting, take your left leg up, bend your left knee, open your left hip. And then exhale, put your left foot down beside your right foot. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, soften the knees to the mat. Take your right arm forward, left leg back, breathe in. And then exhale out to the side right away. Good. Inhale, stretch long. And then exhale, sweep that right hand back for for your left foot. Push into the ground, open it up. And so if you can't reach your foot, just reach with intention. And then lower that down, because we've already done that side. My bad, I thought it felt good. Take your left arm forward, right leg back, breathe in. As you exhale, elbow to knee out to the side. Good, inhale, stretch long. Right away, reach back for your right foot. There we go. Good, open it up, inhale. In that connecting vinyasa, deep breath in. And then leave your toes up, left hand down. Inhale, just do what you can. Lower a little bit or a lot or to the ground. And then scoop back, slide up. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Inhale, take your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. And then exhale, step your right foot forward softly between your hands. Take your time. Inhale, reach up. And then settle into your feet. Exhale, hands to heart. Deep breath in. Lean forward as you finish your inhale. Exhale, twist. Elbow to knee, push into the hands. If there's room, arms reach open nice and wide like wings. Just preparing the body, nice and slow. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, this is where we bring our fingertips to the ground, find our blocks. Maybe you felt a little stuck in those last postures, so you lift up a little higher to get more room through the back, and that's gonna give you more room to create this space in your body for these next poses. So like you're setting up for standing splits, or maybe even more like warrior 3, right? Keeping nice and long through the spine. And then opening the chest, pull the shoulders back, and settle the eyes, slow the breath. And exhale, knee to navel without your hand. Yeah, bring your knee out to the side and up, out to the side and up. And remember, that might be enough. If you can, you take weight over to right hand, left peace fingers and thumb around left toe and extend left leg straight. Really working with stability, balance, first chakra, that rooting through the hips, the glutes, powering up the ankles, the legs. Yeah, and then we take left hand down, sweep left leg back behind us again. Your right arm goes forward, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Elbow to knee. Like on our hands and knees, inhale long. And then exhale, bend left knee, reach your right hand back for your left foot. Push into the ground, open up as best as you can. Roll the chest to the right. Stabilize the eyes, so not going anywhere. Yeah, and then right hand down, left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, open halfway. And exhale, bow, move your blocks out of your way. Inhale, reach up. Maybe lean back a little bit if it's in your body. And exhale, pour the body back down. As you breathe in, lift halfway. And as you breathe out, downward facing dog. Before you vinyasa, keep your feet hip width apart. Take your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open your hip. And you're gonna find your left fingertips, walk your left hand down your mat. Right, so you can float your fingers of the left hand, coming into that little tricky balance. Maybe reach for your right ankle, right foot. If you have it, you can push your foot into your hand. Deep breaths. And just be playful with it. down. Shift your weight forward. Inhale, this is where we start to connect. Shoulders over wrists, step over your left leg. A little wild thing or side stretch, up to you. Good. And then you can come into plank pose, breathe in. Totally optional, exhale, lower halfway or to the ground. Find your back bend, inhale. Downward facing dog. Left leg floats up, breathe in, bend your knee, open your hip. Hold your left leg up, come forward. Step over your right foot, find your wild thing, push into the ground, inhale. And then plank pose, breathe in. Totally optional, or go right to your back bend, exhale. Inhale, open and offer up your heart. Downward facing dog. Slow the breath down. And then nice and gentle, release your knees to the ground. Move your feet off to one side so you can sit on your bum. And if you have blocks or anything that you're using today, feel free to grab a hold of the block and place it underneath your back for supported bridge. That might feel better right now. And if you want, you can place the blocks or the books on any level underneath your bum. So this is really calming, cooling, relaxing. If you're needing a little extra energy or important, to make things restorative too for the nervous system, kind of release some of that anxious energy. If you feel like, sometimes we drink too much coffee in the day, or we have kind of a buildup, that anxious energy feels like a buildup, like excess, then you can do this without your block, coming into bridge pose, right? Try to walk your shoulder blades a little closer together, maybe interlace the fingers or use your robot arms, like those cactus arms again to push down. Right. And if you've got your fingers interlaced, try to straighten the elbows, root through your heels, lengthen your tailbone. Deep belly breaths. And if wheel is part of your practice, you've done it before, you've been taught how to do it, it's good for your wrists and your spine, feel free to come off your block or out of bridge and open up into the wheel. Still working the breath through the body. And then lowering down from whatever back bend you've taken, even moving the block out of the way if you were using one. Bring the knees together, feet wide, hands on the belly and the heart, close your eyes. Remember, the postures and the breaths together create this energetic alchemy. Take some time here just to observe how you're feeling. And keep your feet nice and wide. Let the knees windshield wiper from side to side just to release any tension in your back body. And bring the knees back up. Walk the feet in a little closer together. It's like an eagle pose. Take your right leg and wrap it over your left leg. So right leg over left leg. Keep your legs wrapped, not your ankles, just your thighs, and bring your body, your lower body to your upper body. So draw the legs up towards your chest. Take your left hand to the foot that you can see. So that'll be your right foot. You might hold your shin, you might hold your ankle, you might be able to reach the baby toe side. And then take your right hand to your left foot. That's the bottom foot. If you can't reach it, ankle, shin, and just hold on. So we're coming into cow face pose, laying down, or shoelace. I always think of it when we're on our back like biker pose. Your legs are like handlebars, right? You're nice and badass here, holding onto the legs. And the heels will come up away from the body until you feel something. So you might already really close to your bum, right? But you just find that space where you feel something, so we release any tension that we started to create through the glutes and the outer hips in those previous poses. Long, deep breaths. Make sure there's no tension in your jaw, your face. Keep the legs crossed, but release your hands from your feet. Put the left foot down, arms out like a T or cactus. Shift the weight of your hips over to the right a little bit and put them down. Let your knees fall to the left to twist. If you want to wrap that right ankle under the left leg or unravel the legs to feel a little better in your back, that's okay too. And see if you can get more breath pushing into your back lungs, back body. Nice soft face, soft bones, soft body, soft breath. Bring your legs and your head to center. Slowly unravel the legs so your feet come down on the ground. Straighten out your hips. Left leg wraps over right leg, thigh to thigh. Draw the legs to chest and hold what you can on your legs with your hands. Right? And no real expectation. Sometimes we're like, oh, well, this will feel the same as the last slide, so we just jump in, holding what we can. But we often hold tension very differently side to side. Reasons that are really practical, like the way that we walk or drive, things like that. But also energetically, both sides of the body represent very different things. And keeping the legs crossed, right foot comes down, shifts, hips shift over to the left a little bit, arms out wide, and then the knees fall to the right to twist. Just make it feel good and relaxing in your body, deep breaths. Imagine your exhales is unraveling any physical or mental tension. Right? Mental tension, things like anxiety, doubt, fear, worry, those reoccurring thought patterns. And then bring your head to center. Unwind the legs, place your feet down softly on the ground, straighten out your hips, and then draw right knee to right shoulder, left knee to left shoulder, so out to the side like we've been doing all class. And then again, maybe you have the ability to hold on to the inner edges of your feet now, so you have that cactus leg going, ankles over knees, knees out nice and wide. Deep breaths into the pelvic bowl. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Maybe release through the mouth, an open mouth. And then draw the heels in towards the body. Hug the legs close together. Maybe bring your forehead up to your knees. Squeeze in nice and tight. Give yourself a big hug. And if it feels okay, rock and roll on your spine a couple of times, or you can just roll to the side if that feels better, and bring yourself up to sit comfortably. Legs will be crossed in front of you in a way that works. We'll turn the palms up to face the sky and softly close the eyes. Join your baby finger and your thumb together, Buddhi Mudra, the mudra of communication with our heart. If you're into it, it can also be those celestial guides, the God of your own understanding, your intuition. And continue to stay with your breath, following your inhales and your exhales. And do 5 more really deep breaths. And if it feels right after that 5th breath, you feel called to Shavasana, you can lay down on the back, or really nice if you're just starting your day to finish in meditation. I will close the practice though, so whatever you're choosing, allow yourself to really drop into the present moment. Allow your inner awareness to expand and grow. time, highly encourage you to stay resting in meditation, whatever you've chosen. Just ignore the rest of the instructions. And when and if you're ready, you begin to bring a little life slowly back into your fingers and your toes. If you're on your back, you can stretch out like it's first thing in the morning. If you're meditating, maybe stretch your legs out. And find your way up to sit with us if you're not already there. We'll meet eyes closed, hands in prayer pose. And we take a moment to remember and recognize that yoga is much bigger than just a physical practice. There is an art of living, of breathing, of being in the world, that these postures and all the tools that we learn support us in not only the ability to live our lives, but to deeply be part of them, no matter the circumstance. And to recognize that we're not just living life, remembering that we are life. We'll take a moment to feel and acknowledge that life, that prana, that life force that runs through the body. Take a moment to acknowledge and be grateful for this life, for this breath. It's the sacredness of all the life around you, the birds chirping, the trees growing, the rain pouring, and the sun shining. We tend to think that we are the center of the earth as human beings, but as we've noticed, the earth continues life even when we're in pause. Pause through practice, pause through circumstance. And so if the only thing you say today is thank you, you've done enough. Let's seal this practice. And everything created from the sound of Om, or from love with the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Thumbs to forehead, where we acknowledge the light and love that exists within all of us by bowing forward and saying Namaste.